Can I hear myself? All right. I think I'm live. Hopefully, I know what I'm doing because this is my first time going live. But, anyways, hello, world, folks. For any of you who see this live or you see this on a playback, today I was going through YouTube Studio and I never do that on this channel, this old channel. I have a new channel now, but um, I went through it. I was just curious. I'm like, let me check YouTube Studio on this old channel and see uh, what it shows. And I ended up in the comment section, and I was surprised by some of the comments that I saw still happening on those old music videos, and some on the one of the last videos that I did where I said goodbye. But anyways, kind of just wanted to hop in and oh, welcome, Michael. Please release another programming mix. Yeah. Um, it's been a while, man. And that's part of the reason why I'm chatting about this too is I kind of want to give a backstory on how those things even started. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time going live, so you got to bear with me. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. But yeah, so what was it? 2013. I was in college. I think around my junior year. Um, I was taking I think it was an algorithms class, or it was either data structures or an intro to programming class. It was one of those. Anyway, Java. And at the time, I was just, like looking around on YouTube, trying to find stuff that I would listen to. And most of it was like video game soundtracks, movie soundtracks, stuff that I uh I found myself able to, I guess, concentrate with. And it's funny, I put that first video out there, the programming, I think I titled it 010 or 001 or something. And surprisingly, a lot of other people like that. And it was interesting because I never would have thought that so many people got invested into that. And it's funny looking back now, there are still people that are commenting on it. I think one of the first video actually got blocked. I think it got blocked everywhere. So I don't know if let me go to the comments, actually content. I think that first I'm not gonna scroll all the way through. Never mind. Um, yeah, but that first video got blocked, I think, just about everywhere. So I know one of the things was a lot of people were getting on me about the comments or the advertisements, and I have no control over those. I did try to mention that on the videos that I had no control over the advertisements because that stuff is like copyrighted material. But anyways, yeah, I did that first video, and a bunch of people were requesting to make more of them, and I did a few of them. And for a while, I thought that I was gonna maybe start composing my own tracks, but life started lifing, got busy, how it always happens, and that didn't go anywhere. And nowadays, I feel like with AI, people can compose music a lot quicker than me learning from the ground up. Um, so I didn't figure that it was really worth continuing that. But I don't know, maybe I would put another one out there or create another one if folks are still interested in that. Um, but yeah, thanks, Michael. I appreciate that comment. Um, appreciate all you guys who have shown support over the years. Really, I'm just stopping by to say hi. And on one of my videos, I saw a comment that someone mentioned was checking to see if I was still okay. Yes, I'm still okay. A lot has happened over the last 4 or 5 years whenever I last posted a video. But that's life. Maybe I'll do another live at some point to kind of go over some of that stuff. But yeah, just wanted to check in and go over some of the comments that have happened on some of the recent videos. Some of them, like I said, this channel is still pretty pretty small. There's 12, I think 12,500 subs, but um, I started with those programming compilation videos, and then I bounced off trying to do some talking head videos, which is what I want to do, because, and I'm just rambling here, but one of my things is I've always enjoyed helping people. I've always enjoyed, making a difference in the lives of other people. And that was my goal with those videos, just to show up, show lessons from things that I have learned, my experiences in life, and maybe it could help someone else with their life. And I think they started getting traction, but at the time, like I said, I was just going through some things in life, and I didn't want that pressure of trying to make videos. So I stepped away from it for, yeah, the last 4 or 5 years. I actually have a different channel now that I'm growing from ground zero. And if folks are interested in that, maybe I'll put a link or mention the name of it. But um, yeah, that was the main point of those videos. And like I said earlier today, I looked at Studio, saw the comments, and some of these comments, they really touched me. So I just wanted to jump on. Yeah, no pressure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I actually have, I think I created a different playlist where I was just kind of putting some tracks together that I listen to at work. I'm still in IT myself. I still, I don't code heavily. I'm not really like deep into development, but I am in DevOps. Um, and I use some of them regularly also. But yeah, let's jump into some of the comments. I'm gonna keep this pretty short just to go over a few of them. Um, this makes me angry and anxious. Yeah, I think that the second list that I made. Why is that part 6? I think I saw a similar comment to like this on the second one that I made. Some of the tracks. So how I tried to do the tracks was, if I remember correctly, I tried to at the beginning kind of slowly work up to some tension, and then ease that down towards the end. Because I didn't want to just keep it boring with just kind of monotony. So that was the sort of thought process that went behind how the tracks or the videos progressed. So yeah, some of them had some tension in them, and some of it, I think there was a comment or someone made it. It seems like something you can listen to in the gym. It was not my intention, but if it helps, it helps. Yeah, I love these sorts of comments here. This got me through engineering 12 years ago. Now I'm coding our industrial automation engine on this legend playlist. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, so the one, this real human. Every few months, I need to search deeply to find this and your others. They're just organized in a way with way better flow than I can find anywhere else. Let me get this list onto Spotify someday. Maybe there's a better place that I can put some of those old videos, because I think I just have them on a Google Drive, and I used to put the links on them to some of the videos. So I don't know. I think they're maybe still available, but maybe there's a better way of getting them so you guys can access them easier. Maybe Spotify is the route. I don't know how does that work with copyright on Spotify, because again, none of the tracks were mine. I didn't compose them. So I had to make that point. Like I don't want to take credit for, a lot of these videos, even though some of them got, several hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. I don't want to take credit or full credit, because all I did was put them together. It was other people's work, right? Um, but yeah, so maybe there's a better way I can put them out there for folks to access them. 2026 and beyond, it's nice to see people are still rocking out to them. Been listening since the original upload. Yeah, like I said, I think that was 2013. It was either 2013 or 2014. It was my final year of college. Man, so long ago. My birthday was a few weeks ago. I shouldn't be putting my age out there, but who cares? I just turned 34. So, man, it's just crazy how time flies. College, when I was still sitting in that damn dorm, putting those mixes together, that still feels like yesterday. Um, oh, thanks. The Raven gift. Thank you for helping to keep my mind on track. Would love to have all the older ones as well as anything new. Yeah, yeah, maybe stick around. I will try to get some out there over the next, maybe, let's see, what is it, Monday? Maybe by the weekend or the next few days. I have to find them. I'm pretty sure I can just download them off of Studio itself because I think where I originally uploaded some of them, I don't think I have access. It's funny because a few weeks ago, I was trying to find some old. I was trying to find some old photos that I had taken around that time and before, like when I first created my YouTube channel was like 2009, and I think that old PC that I had a lot of files on. I think my niece deleted all of them several years ago, and I had a backup drive that I put them on, and I think that's corrupted or something. So I lost a lot of stuff, but I think I can still find these lists. So I'll put them out there. Like I said, I don't, and something new. Maybe I will. You know what? I'll probably do that. I'll put something new out there. Um, I've like I said, I've started accumulating some tracks that could potentially go into another list, and that's how it usually goes. I'll be going about on YouTube or whatever, and if I find something, I'm like, "Oh, this will make a good video." That's kind of how I went about it before. It would go well into a list. I don't game as much these days as I used to, which again was how I found a lot of those soundtracks, like with Mass Effect, with Deus Ex. I think I had one from like Far Cry. So a lot of games I used to play, I naturally just kind of got the tracks off of them. All right, so what do we got here? But yeah, I'll try to put something new out there at some point soon. I was programming and suddenly recognized Half-Life 2 peak music. And that's funny because I didn't even play Half-Life. It was one of the games that I was interested in years ago, but I didn't play it. But that's how it worked. A lot of times I was listening to soundtracks for games that I never even played. Um, and that was like I was just I don't know, I was huge on soundtracks, which I still am today. In my opinion, I'm just rambling, but in my opinion, when it comes to films, video games, the soundtracks play a huge role in, you know, the whole product. And I think people discredit that just how impactful the soundtrack can be. I'll tell anyone today when it comes to films, if I'm saying his name correctly, is it Hans Zimmer or Hans Zimmer? But if I'm saying his name correctly, if I know that he has produced the soundtrack or his core group or whoever has produced the soundtrack, as long as I see his name on a movie, I will most likely watch it. And it's not surprising that maybe my top 5 movies, like 3 of them, um, he composed the soundtrack for. Thank you for compiling this beautiful mix of real music with track lists and everything. Music mix YouTube is being flooded with AI mixes, and your work stands out from all of the audio slop with weird animation loops. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was the one that I had saw earlier too, and like I said, I briefly looked over some of the comments earlier, which was what compelled me to go live. Um, yeah, that's what I've seen a lot of AI videos, and it's interesting because maybe I don't have the trained ear for it, but I feel like it's getting harder and harder to tell what's AI, what someone composes with AI, and what someone has, really put their, I guess, blood, sweat, and tears into creating. And yeah, I don't want to badmouth AI or anything. I have my views, especially when it comes to jobs. And I'm talking to a lot of folks in the tech industry. I got to be careful with what I say here, but when it comes to the future and the job market and everything, I know that AI will create jobs, but I feel like the rate of jobs that it takes away may be a little bit. I don't know. I'm hoping that things work itself out, but I feel like the world's changing. AI's diminishing a lot of jobs, and there's going to be a lot more people and a lot less demand for them. But hopefully, I'm wrong on that. Um, let's see what we got here. Have to head to work. All right, see you later, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, you too, Michael. Yeah, get some sleep. I'm going live. I'm doing this very late. I meant to be on here probably like 10 o'clock Central, and I was recording some other stuff, some workout stuff in my basement, and it just happened to be late that I got on. But most people will probably see this on the playback anyway. But yeah, take care. Appreciate you stopping by. Um, let's see. Helped me 10 years ago when I was in school. I'm back doing my master's now, and you're helping me again. Yep, that's awesome. And these are some of the comments I love because I remember some of the names. I've seen some of the names in comments years ago, and it's awesome to see that these videos, those compilations, are still making an impact and people are still finding them useful. I'm gonna jump to, like I said, I want to keep this fairly short. I've been on for 15 minutes. I want to jump to another video in particular. This was and there's not a lot of comments on these. Like I said, this channel is very small compared to, if you're here because you saw you know, the compilations with the music, which is most likely the reason why you're here. I did try to, not try, but I did some talking videos and such on here and some random stuff. And so the channel is still small, despite how many comments you may have seen or views on those videos. But um, I did this goodbye video, and like you see, all these comments were from, I think, right after I did that. But I did want to just check a couple of those because when I ended, I think I did two, as you said, I did two more videos after that. I think one was right after I built my PC, and it was just like, I think I was playing a set of Corsa, and that was it. I didn't really check comments and such. And I still use the channel to comment and watch other videos, but I just haven't like viewed the comments on my videos and such. But anyways, some of these comments were very heartfelt. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone who's been, commenting on the videos and sticking by for the years. Because you guys definitely, I think you helped me through a lot of things as well. As these videos have helped you. So let's go over a couple of these. Yep, thank you. Your compiled music helped me a lot to stay focused during required concentration. That's awesome. Um, yep, do what you need to do. I'm a long time lurker of the channel. Just want to let you know that real life compilations, you just said they were nothing special, but I'll disagree with you on that. I've checked out many other channels, but none of them lock in. None of them lock in for me like yours. The real are special. So thanks for the videos. I hope things work out for you. I look forward to updates from time to time. Yeah. I'm not gonna read all of these, but there's only a few, but yeah. Like I said, the whole purpose of when I started this channel was to do stuff to help other people, to make a difference in the life of other people. And it's, in my opinion, it's small, but like when I see comments like these, like, this stuff that's helped people through college, or help them focus while they're working, um that stuff really is heartfelt. And I think it, to me, if the channel helped at least a few people, or if it helped at least one person, I think it was a success. So um yeah, so like I said, just wanted to pop in, say hi. Like I said, I'm still I'm still alive. uh this world has been very, I don't know, interesting over the last few years. I feel like, and you probably heard this a lot, I feel like ever since COVID, or the pandemic 2020, just life has been weird. I don't know how to explain it, but life has just seemed very weird over the last 6 years. And that was a time period, like I said, I was going through some stuff in my life, and that time period, I feel like everyone slowed down to a degree, which it felt healthy. I found myself outside a whole lot more. I'm quite the introvert. I'm not really huge on crowds, so when people were saying they missed some human interaction, I felt I felt like I was okay. And I worked from home for all of 4.5 years, pretty much strictly from home, before ever going into an office again. And yeah, but like I said, I around that time period just been, was going through some difficult things in my life, and I felt like I needed a break. And like I said, it's always been my purpose to be there for other people, but there was this time where I just felt that I needed to be there for myself. Um, and like I said, that's funny saying even on this small channel, but that was the case. I felt like I didn't need the pressure of posting or being online and such, so I took a break. It was a much needed break, and yeah. So, like I said, I have started another channel that I'm building from ground up. It I'll leave some more details. Maybe I'll go over some more details on that later if anyone's interested in that. But I don't want to get distracted from the purpose of this live. The purpose of this was to just check in. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it there. So appreciate you guys. I love you all who have been there over the years, and those who you that I've seen, and you know may see this video at a later point in time. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the comments and feedback. And yeah, I'll try to do something else. You know, maybe a newer compilation sometime soon, and make the ones that I have available in an easier way. So yeah, all right. I'll catch you guys later.